River's track and field team hit the ground running on Tuesday in their first meet of the season. Good afternoon and welcome to a special extended edition of This Week. I'm Tyme Sisakvanich.
I'm Talan Collins. We'll also have a complete report on Tuesday's annual IB Open Art House Night later on in our broadcast.
But first, we begin with a report on the annual Mr. and Miss pageant. A group of seniors among the class of 2025 came together to raise money for Friends of the Children, an organization that connects professional mentors to kids grade K through 12 that face substantial adversity, building supportive and consistent relationships. The event took place last Saturday at the Skyview Auditorium, where friends, family, and loved ones gathered to watch contestants showcase various dances, skits, and talents which were rehearsed for weeks. The title of Mr. and Miss Columbia River was awarded to Brendan Cano and Reese Dunning, who helped raise over $45,000 alongside other contestant couples.
I'm so happy for me and Reese and just our hard work and being able to raise money for these kids. I truly, we contacted a lot of people and our help did not come unnoticed.
We're so proud of her because watching him perform tonight just means the world to us, and the cost is tremendous, and I am so happy for the performance that he's doing and the whole group.
Honestly, it's been a great experience. We've all grown together as like a team and just become like closer friends. We've all learned so much more about each other and about the program that we were fundraising for, and I think that overall just really benefited our community and benefited the people in general.
To learn more about Friends of the Children, visit the website down below.
In ASB News this week, River was lit up with school spirit during our annual GLOLO Spirit Week. From Leprechaun Green to Black Hole Day to today's Neon Color War, students showed up bright and full of rapid pride. All of this, of course, in preparation for tomorrow night's GLOLO dance, which will begin at 7 p.m. A reminder that now is your last chance to purchase tickets from the business office. They are $7 with ASB and $12 without. Thanks to everyone for helping make this year's GLOLO truly glow.
That, of course, leading up to the GLOLO Spirit Assembly hosted by ASB earlier today. During the gathering, students were introduced to this year's GLOLO court nominees and watched them play Finish the Lyric, with Ari Richardson winning the game. And finally, the assembly was wrapped up with an obstacle course game with contestants from the student body. The crowd was very enthusiastic as they cheered for the teams. Great job to the participants for crushing it with tic-tac-toe.
And we now turn to sports, where on Tuesday, track and field competed in their first meet of the year, with both the boys and girls defeating Washougal. Our chief sports correspondent, Conner Orr, has those details.
Yeah, Talan, for the girls, they put up 96 team points and won 13 out of the 18 events they competed in, especially dominating in the races. Moving forward, they're looking to use these results as a starting point for the rest of the season.
The team has really started since the last meet last year. I think preparing here is just to get our minds back into the running.
The goal is to PR at every single meet and to do better as we get closer to sub-districts and districts. So we have a starting point right now, and then we just have to keep getting better.
For the boys, they won all but one event, and after coming off a state championship run from last year, proved that they can go far again this season. They plan to take what they learned from the meet and continue preparing themselves to consistently improve in the future.
Put in a lot of preparation. We love it. We work on and off the track. I'm glad to, glad to be on this team. Glad to get this opportunity.
I'm hoping to make some big improvements for the next meet. And I think just practicing, working together, helping each other get better, so we can just keep improving throughout the whole year.
Overall, it was a successful first meet for this River track and field program. Time.
Connor, thank you. Also this week, boys soccer took on both Hudson's Bay and Woodland, winning 8-1 and 8-0 respectively. This puts the boys at 4-1 on the year and sets them up for their game here tonight against Ridgefield. Ridgefield is coming off a 6-2 win against Mark Morris, and knowing their history against River, tonight's game should be a good one. There will be live coverage of the game right here on the CRTV YouTube channel or on Xfinity Channel 328 starting at 7.
And as mentioned in the assembly earlier today, mock trial had a stellar performance at state. CR News senior correspondent Jacob McManus has more. Jacob?
Last weekend in Tacoma at Pierce County Courthouse,
River's mock trial team placed 8th in their state competition, River's highest in program history. The team ecstatic.
Proud teams didn't really expect to do this well this year. We started the year not even sure if we were going to get to state, and then we just kept on working at it. So when we got 8th, it was a proof that our hard work had paid off.
It's definitely really rewarding. I mean, this is my first year in mock trial, and especially as a first-year attorney, I wasn't expecting to be so successful.
In preparation for state, the mock trial team had no room for error.
It was just more about fine-tuning little details, making sure that possible objections were covered. Additionally, just finalizing things for speeches.
A club that teaches lessons that will last a lifetime.
It definitely developed my skills to be able to speak in front of people, especially people that I felt like knew more than me.
That preparation and dedication pays off, and if we were able to research something and think about it enough, then we will be able to come to good conclusions.
An incredible weekend, filled with celebration and reflection. Jacob McManus, CR News.
Now to a couple of announcements this week. First, a reminder that River's Care Closet is available to support students in need of food, toiletries, and basic essentials for their home, At this time, supplies are running very low. If you're able to donate such non-clothing items such as hygiene products, shelf-stable snacks, or household basics, please bring them to the Counseling Center. Every contribution goes directly to supporting students and families in the River community.
And ahead of Teacher Appreciation Week, next Wednesday, the 26th, NHS will be providing a time for students to make gratitude cards for teachers and staff around our school, available to students during both lunches in the Media Center. Materials will be provided for anyone who wants to participate.
Also on Wednesday, River's Feminism Club is hosting their yearly Women in the Workplace panel. It will be an open discussion led by women in various fields and will be held in the gallery after school. Feminism Club co-president Sydney Simmel explains the purpose of the event.
The panel is to highlight Women's History Month and the importance of Women's History Month, and also to show women in our community who have been successful and overcome just challenges in general, but also regarding sexism, especially in the workplace, or in male-dominated fields.
If you're interested in joining the club, it meets right after school on Mondays in Miss Flack's room, 613. In other club news, River's Green Team is giving plastic a new purpose, one bottle cap at a time. After collecting over 900 caps, the club kicked off a new mural project this week with a globe made entirely from recycled plastic. Students gathered Monday to paint the caps, and they'll return to wrap it up painting and begin assembling it today. The mural will soon be displayed near the school's entrance, reminding students that even small actions can spark a bigger impact. Again, Green Team meets today after school in the Upper Commons, and all are welcome.
Lastly, for clubs, our very own SkillsUSA broadcast news teams are headed up to Tacoma next week to compete at state. Talan and I are returning alongside Jacob McManus and Conner Orr, while our all-new team consisting of Niles Cowan, Elijah Guerin, Nashawn Howard, and Cooper Schultz will be joining us in what will be their first state competition.
And we wish them the best of luck as well. Finally this week, art tells a story. And during Tuesday's annual IB Art Show, those stories were on full display. I spoke with a few senior artists about their chosen themes as they prepare to take a bold step forward. The IB Art program challenges students to think beyond technique, to explore meaning, identity, and the world around them. Tuesday's exhibition was the culmination of that journey as seniors unveiled their final collections, what IB Art teacher Jason Phelps calls their graduation from the program.
Really, the show just is a way to show people your identity and who you are.
Karina Alaves Santiago's exhibit, titled Meant to Color, explores emotion and identity through vibrant portraits. Pushing artistic boundaries, she chose to break free from the canvas.
A lot of people have said that they really like my use of different mediums, so I might continue that.
For Jax Kessling, the showcase was a reflection of personal growth. Their exhibition, The Hands That Write My Story, takes viewers through a deeply personal timeline, examining themes of fear, grief, and self-acceptance.
The experience is really meaningful. It's nice getting to show off my artwork.
Teresa Neneve says art is about connection, the invisible threads that shape our sense of belonging, much like these works, which she calls community garden.
I hope that people are able to recognize how important community is to me and also recognize a sense of belonging in themselves, that they belong in community.
From passionate painting to intentional ink, this year's students didn't just create art, they told stories, making their mark as they move beyond their high school campus. We leave you today with a few special moments to remember. That is the news for this week. I'm Talan Collins.
And I'm Tyme Sisakvanich. We'll see you after the break. See our news. Thanks for watching.